Okay, not particularly close, but a chance for the putter to do its thing. Iona Stephen is at the first green. This for birdie.
And it's so important to get this one rolling up the slope with just the slightest movement from left to right.
Right, that's what you want to do. Good lag putt.
Yeah, they can't all go in.
And he will finish that off, so nothing wrong with that. A solid par here to get the round started. So, Frank, a par 4 to open, and we back it up with a relatively short par 3.
This green's surrounded by 6 bunkers. Green also shaped slightly towards the player's left, so just keep your eye on that depending on where the flag is.
Okay, a friendly bounce there, and that will make its way onto the putting surface. This one going to require some pace back up the hill for birdie. Not that time. Pretty good effort, but it'll wander a couple of feet by. So no problems there. Make it back-to-back pars to start the round. Frank, how about the first par 5 on the golf course here at the third? Just a shade under 530 yards. Good birdie opportunity?
It certainly is. There's 3 bunkers just down that left side. Avoid those, and this par 5, very reachable.
I'll tell you what, that swing absolutely perfect, and a good result as well. Now from 200 yards on the dot, this a second to the par 5. But that one had to feel good.
Yeah, struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Oh, yeah. That's how you take advantage of a par 5. It's in for an eagle 3. Superb. Well, look at this hole, Frank. A par 3, 192 yards. It is beautiful.
It's called Devil's Cauldron, but with that lake, I think that should cool you down, not heat you up. Just keep an eye on that drop of elevation. For every 10 yards, you should reduce it by a club. So it's going to play some 50, 60 feet downhill.
Here we go. Oh, that's a good-looking shot. Just left of the flagstick, and he'll have that left for his birdie. Oh, he got it to go, and it's a couple of nice holes back-to-back. The eagle at 3, and now a birdie here at the 4th. Well, again, Frank, we get that good mix of holes here. We've had a couple of par 3s, a short par 5, and that opening par 4. Now at the 5th hole, 424-yard par 4.
The first bunker on the right, not really in play for the good players. Just be a little cognizant of that one on the left side, depending on what club you want to hit off the tee. Ideally, that line is the 3rd bunker, the one in the distance. That's a good line off the tee here.
Working out of the rough now for his 2nd at the par 4 5th.
Oh, that was a good strike. Took it straight at it, too. That one bounce and check. Well played.
Boy, we are seeing some really good golf here early on. That's going to move him to 4 under through his first 5 holes. Frank, the 6th here at Banff Springs, a good little hole, isn't it?
It is very tempting. Very easy to sort of just stand up there and wail away with the driver and get caught. This is a generous fairway. You could hit any club down there and you're not going to have a problem with a second shot. So it's just trying to find a yardage that you're comfortable with.
You can't drive it much better than that. That's the quick pickup of the tee right down the middle. Good chance to get one in close from here. This, his 2nd. This will slide a bit right. It's for birdie. Oh, missed it right. Just didn't have the right line. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. Now to the second par 5 on this opening 9. Frank, this is a pretty long hole, 602 yards.
Well, it's called hoodoo. You know what hoodoo means? It means bad luck, actually, so you don't really want to be thinking about that on this tee shot. 602 yards, if you belt one off the tee, well, you might avoid the bad luck.
Oh, that is squeezing every inch of distance out of the golf swing. That was as powerful as you're going to see. Frank, a chance to get home in 2 here on this par 5?
You would think so after a good tee shot, Rich. A very long, narrow green. The best shot would be to hit a nice, high, towering second shot, but anything that pitches on the front is going to skip forward.
Oh, what a good shot that is. Home in 2 on the par 5. Remember, made eagle earlier in the round, Frank. Now maybe a chance for a second.
I know we can't call it a double eagle, but talk about aggression in these par 5s. Way to stand up there and just hit the shot.
Yeah, from that far away, anything inside of 5 feet is pretty darn good. He's been automatic on this front side. This for birdie. Yes, a 2-putt birdie. That's in for a 4. Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole in the course immediately to the shortest hole.
Certainly, golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green. When that flag's on the right, it's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag.
A very sensible play there, right in the middle of the green. Chance now for another birdie. Oh, there's the surgeon's touch right there. Well done to run that in for a birdie. Now to hole number 9, 501 yards. It's a par 5.
Yeah, we finished with the third par 5 on the front 9. You're just going to come through those sort of shoot of marvellous trees that define this fairway. Just avoid the right side. Something down the left side is going to open up the second shot.
Got to be feeling good with back-to-back birdies on the card, and this won't hurt either. Another fine tee shot. Got every bit of that, threw it all the way there and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. Oh, yeah, what a putt there. A second eagle of the round, no less. He has been on his game so far. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. And we are back on this beautiful day here at Banff Springs in the Canadian Rockies. Set to kick off all the action on the back nine. The 10th begin with a par 3, Frank, 218 yards.
And I have no idea why this is called Little Bow, because over 200 yards, you really have to bow up with this tee shot here. That's for sure. Bending there, you need something that comes out of the gate very, very straight and with a decent height on it as well if you want to land on that left side of the green and make it stop.
Boy, nothing seems to faze this guy. He's been rock solid all round long, and he comes away with a par. So off the long par 3 10th, we are at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4, Frank.
It looks like a straightaway par 4, Rich, but if anything, the hole actually bends to the left, and you really want to follow that natural contour of that. Just sort of draw it off those bunkers on the right, or just simply carry it over the ones on the left. But ideally down the left side, it avoids that pine tree that's further down.
I'm thinking this is about 110 yards, Frank.
No, it's a decent-sized green. It's not bad, just a little past the hole.
17-foot putt here. Oh, no, I think he was about ready to walk that in. That looked on target the whole way. That, so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. Frank, what are we looking at here at the par 4 12, 442 yards?
Players are really focused on that bunker down the left side. That's the one that has to be either laid up, which would be 286 yards off the tee, or sort of worked off. This could very well be a 3-wood off the tee. Just hit it straight at that left bunker. Really starting to make a hard game look easy. Drive after drive has been superb. And this one, well, as we like to say, is in the mayor's office. And safely on deck. That's the main thing, but from that distance, really don't want to leave yourself like a knee knocker, like a 4 or 5 footer. So this first putt's going to have to be good.
Yep, not bad. Had to put a little extra into that one, but got it there. That's a pretty good effort. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. 13th hole, par 3, 225 yards, and heavily bunkered around that green, Frank.
It is, but that green gets narrower as the hole gets longer. Nothing wrong with hitting the ball sort of the middle part of the green here.
Boy, that one was coming in hot, and it winds up carrying over the back of the green. Second shot now, here at the par 3. And that's not exactly ideal. Far from a tap-in for his par.
You're being too kind. That's not at all ideal.
Nah, got it out there too far. It was trying to come back, but couldn't get there.
Wow.
Such a simple-looking hole, this par 3 13th. Had to be thinking 3, maybe 2. Who knows? Maybe an ace. Certainly didn't consider the possibility of a bogey, and that's what he walks off with. And that, a good-looking shot there, well placed in the fairway. From the fairway, Iona, this his second.
Yes, 120 yards left to the flagstick. Pin on the right-hand side, so plenty of room to the left of it.
Oh, just a beautiful performance, and this round looks like it's going to get even better. Just a beautiful iron shot. The sound off that club face.
Yeah, walk that one right in. That's a good putt. And it's in for a birdie. Now to the 15th tee, and Frank, this looks like a fun shot to hit.
It won't play its full yardage because of that elevated tee, but a good one out here. We might see one of those 350, 360 plus yard drives.
That's the way I like it, compounded.
That is so well done. Just generating so much torque through the swing. High launch angle. That was just about perfect. Second shot upcoming with that pin tucked in the front left.
It's a good shot, but does leave that little uphill putt, so that one will be slow.
This is a 16-footer. Oh, yes, that's the right line, and it's in for a birdie. Well done. Frank, the 16th hole, 414 yards, par 4, is nicknamed GOAT. Would that be greatest of all time, or is it just because the possibility you could see old Billy out there here in the Canadian Rockies?
I'd like to think it's the greatest of all time. I've never seen a GOAT hit a draw, that's why, and that's what's needed off this tee once again. The first bunkie should easily be able to carry that.
I've never seen a GOAT hit a draw.
Well, if you're the greatest of all time, this is a fairway, you'll certainly hit.
Put it in a great spot off the tee. Has just 86 yards left for his second shot. See what he can do with this. This one has a chance to be close.
It was a good shot coming in here. I know it's a little long, but still inside that 10-foot circle is always good, and even money, really, to make birdie.
Yes, very methodically done, and that one in for a birdie. Now to the 17th, 374 yards, and Frank, players might be licking their chops here.
They certainly would, Rich. Bunkers left and right, but they can be carried with an aggressive tee shot. And it'll set up just a short iron into a green that pitches towards you. So maybe just a little bit underneath the flag with a second shot. And really a chance to have a fast finish.
Everything flowing really well right now. Coming off 3 birdies in a row. Here's another solid tee shot as well. Okay, that's acceptable there. Now this for another birdie. Everything dropping here late in the round. That's now birdies at 15, 16, and 17. Well, here we are at the final hole here at Banff Springs. 578-yard par 5, and Frank, a chance to finish the round with a flourish.
If you're one of the fortunate to hit this fairway, it's very reachable, but well protected by bunkers left, right, central.
Ooh, some big drives today. That might be the biggest of the bunch. Frank, this is one of my favorite shots in all of golf. Second to a par 5 finishing hole. We know we have a chance to see some fireworks.
Yeah, that drive has certainly cut this hole down to size. And second shot just a little bit uphill, but you can see this is just green light. Massive entry into the front of the screen.
Really hit that second shot on the button to this par 5, but Frank couldn't get it to stop.
Yeah, too good, too long, sadly.
This is a 19-foot putt. Beauty in for birdie here at the last. And that is officially going to do it. It's a round of 59. Well, that wraps up another round here at Banff Springs. Frank, what caught your eye today?
Just the gorgeous scenery, Rich. Golf course not overly long, but not often we get north of the border in just an idyllic.
Ik moet hem nog 1 keer spelen. Here, chickie, ek soek hom.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, from the historic Pebble Beach Golf Links, live first-round coverage of the Tiburon Championship. This promises to be a fun 4 days, a lot of storylines to get to as we check out the early leaderboard. Keegan Bradley is on top. He's off to a good start at 6 under. We'll get right out to the action here as we head to the tee at the par 4 first. Okay, that's a good one to start safely in the fairway to get the tournament underway. A little under 90 yards left here for his second.
In golf, you know, you've heard the term mulligan. You'd love that, a do-over there, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just that's very poor from that range.
Oh, nee.
Yeah, I think he knew right away that was
Fucking
never
cunt.
going to get there.
Okay, that's in for par here at the first, and he'll stay at level par. Frank, interestingly, this hole number 2 plays as a par 4 for the U.S. Open. It is a par 5. It's absolutely gettable, and players must take advantage.
Certainly, Rich. Off that back tee, really you've got to grab a driver. I know there's bunkers left and right, but the decision is whether that tee shot finishes in the fairway, because if it does, you're going to have a crack at this par 5 and 2. If it doesn't, then you play the layup.
Well, Frank, we're back here at Pebble Beach for the second time this year. Now it's the Tiburon Championship. And listen, this is a tournament folks want to win. There's no doubt about that. But I think also most of our golfers have one eye on next week, and that is the PGA Championship. What do you think?
No doubt about that, Rich. But this is more than a tune-up. We know that because it is Pebble Beach. This is America's St. Andrews. So anytime there's a chance, not just to play, but play a tournament at Pebble Beach, most people are coming.
Fuck!
10-foot putt left.
Nee.
Goodness,
Ja,
that is
fuck.
too bad. That would have been a good birdie, but not to be. That finished off for par here at the second, and he'll stay at even par. On to the 397-yard par 4 third, where some players drive it over the trees on the left to cut the dogleg, while others play it more conventionally. This is a pretty hole, the third, 397 yards, just a gentle dogleg to the left. And you do have the option, if you're longer, maybe you just take it up over those trees. That's kind of swing you want to break down and study. Perfect tempo on the backswing, club head pointing to the target, and then just an explosion through impact. Very well done.
Oh my fuck. Oh fuck.
Ooh.
Oh, te veel.
Nope.
Fuck.
That one in for a bogey here at the third. And he's going to fall back now to 1 over par. Frank, this is where it becomes really obvious where you are. You're at Pebble Beach. There's the Pacific Ocean, and this begins that magnificent 7-hole stretch right along the ocean. A fun hole, not long, 331 yards up the hill, We're at the fourth.
Yeah, in each one of those 7 holes that you refer to, Rich, there's a common theme, which is don't look right, because that's pretty much the ocean the whole way around. And this one here, that decision has to be made. 330 to the front of the green. If there's a hint of a breeze, you try and drive it. Otherwise, really, you've got to worry about that pot bunker. It's between 230 and 250 yards. But as I first said, do not go right.
Yeah, good swing and a good result, as that is safely into the fairway. So the great tee shot left him here, now his second from relatively close range. And that'll do just fine. This a shade better than 50% on the make percentage. It's for birdie. Yeah, that's a well-played hole. It's a birdie here at 4. We arrive now at the 189-yard par 3 called the New Fifth. Despite being redesigned by Jack Nicklaus late last century, safest play here is to the left center of the green. That's going to be on the putting surface, and a birdie looks straight ahead. 11 feet away. Yeah, there's another one. Back-to-back birdies here at 4 and 5. Well, now Pebble Beach begins to really open up with some of the most famous holes in the world. We'll begin with a 498-yard par 5 6th. Pacific Ocean on the right and a row of bunkers on the left. Treacherous is a word that comes to mind.
Wow, that is a good shot.
Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
Wonderful tee shot here. Biggest challenge is you cannot see the pin sitting on the green. You're going to have to pick out a point along the edge of the cliffs to get the ball on line.
That is a marvelous shot. Look at that, Frank. You know, sometimes on a par 5, you're happy to just be home. Maybe 50, 60 feet away, you take your 2 putts and move on. Here you're thinking about eagle, getting out of there with a 3.
Yeah, just imagine if he can roll this one in. What a well-played hole it will be.
Oh, how about the run here? That a 3rd consecutive birdie. So our featured golfer well back after round 1 and now likely in a fight just to play the weekend.
I think they're in a different zip code today, Rich.
Shit. Okay, Call of Duty time.